Welcome to Novum Tempus, where we bring intriguing stories. The year is 2020. The world watches in horror. A deadly pandemic sweeps the globe. Lockdowns begin, businesses shutter, millions face unemployment, fear and uncertainty grip the nation. In the United States, a lifeline is thrown. The government pledges billions in relief funds, the goal to feed struggling families, to keep children from going hungry, a noble endeavor, but in the shadows, greed festers. Feeding Our Future bursts onto the scene. Donations pour in. The organization grows exponentially. It quickly becomes a symbol of hope and generosity, capturing the hearts of many. The community rallies behind it, believing in its mission to end child hunger. Volunteers dedicate countless hours, and the media takes notice. Bok becomes a media darling. Her charisma and passion for the cause make her a beloved figure. She is frequently seen on television, giving interviews and speeches, always emphasizing the dire need to support hungry children. She paints a picture of desperation. Her words are powerful, evoking strong emotions from her audience. She speaks of the countless children who go to bed hungry every night, urging everyone to contribute to the cause. Children, she says, are going hungry. They need our help. Her message is clear and compelling, and donations continue to flood in. The organization seems unstoppable, a true force for good. But behind the facade of compassion, a sinister plan takes root. Bok sees an opportunity not to help but to exploit. She begins to devise a scheme, one that would turn the organization's noble mission into a cover for her own gain. An opportunity to exploit the system. She starts manipulating paperwork, making secretive phone calls, and signing fraudulent documents. Her actions are calculated and deliberate to divert millions of dollars intended for vulnerable children. The funds that were meant to provide meals and support are instead funneled into her own pockets. The scale of her deception is staggering. Her weapon of the choice: fraud. She enlists accomplices, a network of individuals who are willing to help her carry out her plan. They work together, each playing a crucial role in the scheme. A network of individuals and shell companies are created. These entities are designed to hide the true nature of their activities, making it difficult for authorities to trace the money. Their purpose: to siphon money from the government's feeding programs. They exploit loopholes and manipulate records, ensuring that the funds are redirected to their accounts. They devise a cunning plan. Every detail is meticulously planned, from the creation of fake documents to the laundering of money. They leave nothing to chance. A scheme so audacious, so brazen, it would net them a staggering $250 million. The sheer scale of the fraud is almost unimaginable, a testament to their greed and cunning. The scheme is deceptively simple. Feeding Our Future submits fraudulent claims for meals never served. They inflate the number of children fed. They create fake meal sites, sometimes using empty storefronts. The organization targets programs administered by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Programs designed to provide meals to low-income children. Bok and her co-conspirators exploit a loophole in the system. A loophole that allows organizations to self-certify the number of meals served. Money flows into Feeding Our Future's coffers. But instead of reaching hungry children, the funds are diverted. They are used to purchase luxury cars, lavish homes, and even property in Kenya. Bok and her associates weave a complex web of deceit. They establish shell companies to disguise the flow of money. They create fake invoices and receipts. They bribe individuals to act as straw owners for their fraudulent businesses. The money trail becomes increasingly convoluted, but the conspirators grow bolder. Their spending more extravagant. They flaunt their ill-gotten gains, seemingly unconcerned about the consequences. Meanwhile, genuine organizations struggle to secure funding. Organizations that are truly dedicated to feeding hungry children. The very people the government intended to help are left behind. victims of a heartless scheme driven by greed and opportunism. The walls close in, the FBI investigation and arrests. This chapter delves into the meticulous and relentless efforts of the FBI as they close in on a massive fraud operation. Rumors of fraud begin to surface. Whistleblowers come forward, risking their careers and personal safety to expose the truth. These brave individuals provide crucial information that sets the wheels of justice in motion. The FBI launches an investigation, deploying their best agents to uncover the truth. They begin by gathering preliminary evidence and interviewing key witnesses. Agents work tirelessly, piecing together the complex web of deceit. They analyze financial records, scrutinize emails, and follow the money trail to its source. Every piece of evidence is meticulously examined. They uncover a mountain of evidence. The sheer volume of documents and digital records is staggering, but the agents are undeterred. They know that within these files lies the key to unraveling the entire scheme. Bank records, emails, and witness testimonies paint a damning picture. The evidence points to a well-orchestrated fraud involving multiple individuals and entities. In January 2022, the hammer falls. After months of painstaking investigation, the FBI is ready to act. They plan a series of coordinated raids to bring the perpetrators to justice. The FBI conducts a series of coordinated raids. These operations are executed with precision, targeting multiple locations simultaneously to prevent any evidence from being destroyed. They target Feeding Our Future and its network of shell companies. The agents seize documents, computers, and other evidence that will be crucial in the prosecution of the case. Amy Bock, once a celebrated figure, is arrested. Her fall from grace is swift and dramatic. As she is taken into custody in front of her peers and the media, she faces multiple charges of conspiracy and fraud. The legal documents outline a litany of offenses, each more shocking than the last. The arrests send shockwaves through Minnesota. The public is outraged. How could this happen? The community grapples with the betrayal and the impact on those who were supposed to benefit from the program. How could someone exploit a program designed to help vulnerable children? The scandal raises serious questions about oversight and accountability in charitable organizations. The case becomes a national scandal, highlighting the dark side of pandemic relief efforts. It serves as a stark reminder of the need for vigilance and integrity in times of crisis. Justice delayed, not denied, the trial of Amy Bock. This high-profile case has captured the attention of the nation as the courtroom becomes a battleground for truth and justice. Amy Bock maintains her innocence. She stands resolute, her face a mask of determination as she faces the charges against her. Her attorney, Kenneth Udoybok, argues that she was unaware of the fraudulent activities. He passionately defends her, painting a picture of a woman who was simply trying to do good in her community. He claims she was deceived by trusted individuals. According to Udoybok, these individuals took advantage of her trust and used her name to further their own illicit schemes. He points to her history of community service, highlighting her numerous contributions to local charities and her unwavering commitment to helping those in need. Her dedication to helping others is well documented, and Udoybok uses this to bolster her defense, arguing that someone with such a background could not possibly be guilty of the crimes she's accused of. But the evidence against Bock is overwhelming. The prosecution has meticulously gathered a vast array of documents and testimonies that paint a very different picture. Prosecutors present a mountain of financial records, emails, and witness testimonies. Each piece of evidence is like a puzzle piece, fitting together to form a damning image of Bock's involvement. They argue that Bock was the mastermind behind the scheme, the one who orchestrated the entire operation. They claim she was the linchpin, coordinating the fraudulent activities with precision. The prosecution's narrative is clear. Bock was not a victim of circumstance, but a calculated operator who knew exactly what she was doing. The trial drags on for weeks. Each day brings new revelations, new arguments, and new tensions. The courtroom is a theatre of high drama, with every moment charged with significance. The jury hears from dozens of witnesses. They examine countless documents. The weight of the evidence is immense, and the jurors must sift through it all to find the truth. The tension in the courtroom is palpable. Every eye is on the jury, every breath held in anticipation of their verdict. The fate of Amy Bock and the future of pandemic fraud prosecutions hangs in the balance. The outcome of this trial will set a precedent echoing far beyond the walls of this courtroom. A community betrayed, public outrage and political fallout. The Feeding Our Future scandal sends shockwaves through Minnesota. The public is outraged. Many feel betrayed by Amy Bock, someone they once admired. They demand justice for the children who were denied meals. The scandal also has political ramifications. Governor Tim Walz faces criticism for his administration's oversight of the feeding programs. Opponents accuse him of failing to prevent the fraud. The scandal becomes a political football in the upcoming election. The scandal highlights the importance of government oversight and accountability. It raises questions about the effectiveness of pandemic relief efforts, and it leaves a lasting scar on the Minnesota community. Lessons learned: tightening the reins on relief funds. The Feeding Our Future scandal serves as a wake-up call. It exposes vulnerabilities in government programs. It highlights the need for stricter oversight and accountability measures. In the wake of the scandal, lawmakers vow to strengthen regulations. They propose new measures to enhance program integrity. They call for increased scrutiny of organizations receiving government funds. The goal is to prevent future fraud and abuse, to ensure that relief funds reach those who need them most, to restore public trust in government programs. The long road ahead. Rebuilding trust and ensuring accountability. The Feeding Our Future scandal is a stark reminder of the human capacity for greed and opportunism. It is a story of betrayal, of a community's trust shattered. But it is also a story of resilience, of a community determined to rebuild and move forward, of a commitment to ensuring that such a massive fraud never happens again. The road ahead is long. But by enhancing oversight, promoting transparency, and ensuring individual accountability, we can prevent future tragedies and foster a more just and equitable society. Thank you for watching. At Novum Tempus, we are just beginning to explore the bizarre. Until next time, stay tuned, stay curious, and goodbye for now.